Proven that women with anxiety and depression tend to be low on the following vitamins: vitamin D, as in dog, vitamin B, as in boy, but let me stress it could be potentially methylated B vitamins, omega 3s, and zinc, especially. So, those vitamins we tend to be low in, maybe due to our diet, maybe due to our stress, maybe due to our blood loss. So, by replenishing those vitamins and nutrients, you'll see a boost in energy and mood, and hopefully you'll be sleeping better as well. So, today we're talking about 6 proven diet strategies. Now, if you think about it, after childbirth, you've lost a lot of blood, right? So, that blood needs to be replenished. On top of it all, you may be feeling very stressed and sleep deprived. So that gives key indications that you may need more supplements in your diet if your whole food diet isn't ideal. Let me explain a little bit. I used to think we never needed supplements in our diet, and I was just eating as well as I could. But little did I know, after losing so much blood with a twin pregnancy, that you need to replenish all of these vitamins, minerals, and supplements back into your diet so that you feel healthy and vibrant again. So let's go over some symptoms first that you might be experiencing that would key you into knowing you need some supplements. Tightness in your body, leg cramps, twitches in your eyes. These are signs of low magnesium. Additionally, if you're constipated, you may want magnesium citrate, which would help move your bowels the next day. I have an upcoming video helping you with constipation, so look for that video coming up. Additionally, if you're feeling dry, achy in your joints, the achiness could be a wheat intolerance, but the dryness in your body could be low omega 3s, which are also linked to depression and anxiety. So these are just some examples to know that you might need to add some additional supplements into your diet. So step number 1, the proven diet strategy for preventing anxiety and depression or decreasing it would be to fill the nutrient gap. And what I mean by that is replenishing your body with supplements you may need due to stress, lack of sleep, or just the amount of blood you lost during your pregnancy. So the first diet strategy is to fill this gap with your food, with your diet. So as much as you can, you want to consume protein, especially if you're struggling with anxiety and depression, and whole grains, fruits, vegetables, and even fermented foods to restore your gut flora. Now, this strategy number 2 is to fill the gap with supplements. Again, you don't need supplements every single day, but when you're struggling with insomnia, anxiety, and depression, you do want to add in high quality supplements to fill the gaps and replenish your body for the stress you may be experiencing. If you have night waking, then you may need some B vitamins, and particularly you may need methylated B vitamins. So watch this video, my new video on the must-have supplements to prevent and reduce postpartum anxiety and depression. So number 1 is whole foods, always, but it's such a stressful time that number 2, we're going to add in high quality supplements to fill the nutrient gap of what you may be missing in your diet. Additionally, if you're drinking alcohol or caffeine every day, you are going to need some additional supplements because those 2 things that we love and consume tend to deplenish, take away things from our body more easily and more rapidly. So the third diet strategy that's been proven to reduce anxiety and depression is soaking your grains, nuts, and seeds. So if you've read Rebuild from Depression, a Nutrient Guide by Amanda Rose, PhD, she suggests the phytic acid in the grains, nuts, and seeds pull vitamins and minerals from our body. So when we're not soaking the grains and consuming these products, that it's actually preventing us from absorbing valuable vitamins and nutrients from our diet. So by soaking the grains, nuts, and seeds, we reduce the phytic acid and we're able to take in those vitamins and minerals more easily. So if you have a crock pot, this may be a great time to start exploring some of those recipes. Number 4, diet strategy for reducing anxiety and depression is to consume complete proteins. Now, if you're vegan, just listen up one moment. I have lots of clients that have gone through my course and started adding in eggs and chicken broth and different types of proteins to see if it would help boost their energy. And it has. They're feeling better. They're rebuilding their bodies. So if you're choosing not to eat meat, I understand, but you do want to do it properly and you want to make sure you're supplementing accordingly. The number 4 strategy for helping reduce anxiety and depression is to add a complete protein to most meals of the day. Let me explain. I just had a client go through my course, The Present Mama, and she was experiencing heart palpitations when she consumed gluten or bread. And it was due to her blood sugar. So if you're waking with a pounding heart, maybe in the middle of the night or in the morning, notice if it could be due to low blood sugar. So by adding in a complete protein like an egg or grass-fed meat or chicken or wild-caught fish, and maybe a handful of nuts, notice if you can steady your blood sugar and reduce those heart palpitations. So adding in a complete protein 2 to 3 times a day has been proven to reduce heart palpitations. I know when I had the experience of long-term Lyme and its co-infections, I could not get enough meat. I was eating these grass-fed burgers every single day, and it seemed extreme, but it was what my body needed at the time. So notice, particularly if you're vegan or don't consume a lot of protein during the day, if that's one little thing you can add in. I've had clients just add in 1 egg or 2 eggs a day, and that's what they felt comfortable with. So I suggest that you explore new diets and new diet options to see if that helps reduce your heart palpitation. Now, that client that had the heart palpitations with bread, she also added in stinging nettle tea twice a day, and her heart palpitations are gone. So keep in mind, diet, particularly leveling your blood sugar, is key to our overall health in the postpartum time period. Number 5 isn't really a food per se, but I want to bring it up. They're called adaptogens. Have you heard of adaptogens yet? Let me know in the comment area below. I do have a blog post about the 8 breastfeeding safe adaptogens, so you can definitely check that out as well. But the adaptogens are a category of herbs that help us adapt around stress. They pretty much prevent burnout. Some of them help us sleep better, like ashwagandha. Some help us stay healthy and prevent illnesses like reishi. And most, if not all of them, are safe while breastfeeding. So consuming them either in a powder form could be considered a food source, but it's something that I want you to dip your toes in and see if you can start exploring, because overall it will help reduce your anxiety and stress. Now, in one video, I described how ashwagandha really helped me break through postpartum depression, and I finally felt like I was going to be okay after consuming that one botanical. So adaptogens is something I suggest that you explore going forward. Number 6, regulating your blood sugar. So we already touched on this a little bit when we talked about protein, but I just want to stress how important it is. So if you're waking with that pounding heart, you want to start the day with a protein, maybe some eggs, even sausage and maybe bacon, so that you're really, or dinner from the night before. So don't just think cereal or pancakes or a bagel. You want to think about high quality proteins when you're struggling with anxiety. Same thing before bed, you might have a handful of nuts to keep your blood sugar steady throughout the night. Especially if you are breastfeeding, you could be having these highs and lows of blood sugar dips due to the breastfeeding. Now, if you're doing prolonged fasting, keep in mind it's not always the best for women's health, depending on where you are. So, where you are in your life, where you are in your cycle. So, if you're feeling exhausted and shaky from fasting, those are signs that you want to consume food. Now, if you feel good, you're not hungry at all, then maybe fasting is working for you. But other things that raise our heart rate would be the fasting, exercising too much, which may not be what's going on with you right now, but just keep that in mind. Too much exercise, not enough sleep, and not enough proteins are things that could really jack the heart rate up and give you heart palpitations. So keeping your blood sugar level is key to healing your body. Postpartum meal prep is really, really hard. So let's talk about some tips to keep you on track with your postpartum health. So think about cooking one day, trying to cook majority of your meals one day. So maybe you soak the grains one night, then you cook them the next day, then they're in the refrigerator the next day. Also, soups are amazing and you can freeze them easily. I love to have Baked Harvest and her recipes. I'll leave the links below. And you can you can chop up your vegetables, cook them all in one day, and then store them in the refrigerator. So you have your vegetables, your whole grains, and then a protein. And some people even package them into individual boxes so that you have your meals ready. I also love Yummy Toddler Foods muffins. If you haven't seen her recipes yet, I used to make the muffins and throw them in the freezer so that I could just grab them and eat them and go. So really think about how you can do meal prep. And if you have any people that you follow and love, let us know in the comment area below, because meal prep really helps cut down on you binge eating on other foods and straying off your diet per se. So let's say keeping your blood sugar level, it's a good idea to have snacks on hand, high protein snacks, so that you don't get hangry. Let me know in the comment area your number one takeaway from this video and what change you're going to make, plus any food bloggers that you love. Let's make a list of them below. I'll see you next week. Thank you.